Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard. Today I will be doing an online Bowgun tutorial against Uragaan and Agnatkor. So one of the things I want to show most, other than myself getting slammed by Uragaan chins way too early, is the way you can use Bowguns online to much more complement the Blade Masters in your group. This is mostly shown in my low rank Bowgun tutorial, but that was kind of like a beginner tutorial. This is more of an advanced setup for when you finally get around to getting high rank gear. And honestly, this is probably as high rank a gear as you can ever hope for in online. I have the full Alatreon gunner set. I've gemmed in elemental attack up, so all of the skills are evade distance increase. Oh wow, that scream was really scary. Evade distance increase, rapid fire +1, I think it's called bonus shot, elemental attack up, and Blight Proof. And I gemmed out recovery down, because that's kind of an annoying skill to have. Oh, some sort of weird corruption with the video. This video did go a little long over my general limit. I think in total it was about 15 minutes. So I did some slight editing to parts, mostly once we've already taken care of Uragaan and once we fight Agnatkor, to kind of keep the length under 11 minutes. Hopefully you will all forgive me of that. So at least with this Bowgun setup, I believe it is the Thundacrus Stock. Forget the frame. I think it's the Thundacrus Rex Frame and just the Royal Ludroth barrel. You get a fairly large amount of paralysis 2 shots, and I know you get at least one poison 2 shot, I think? I don't know, I need to go back to my list. I made an entire list of the most ideal medium elemental bowguns in the game. I'll probably be posting it on my YouTube page at some point, or maybe I'll just create a separate YouTube video of me just showing all of them off once I've actually created and upgraded them all. And there's still a couple more parts I need to get. So in any case, the idea behind this video is what you should be doing at high rank as a gunner. And really that is finding the way that you can most maximize the damage you're doing, while at the same time being capable of doing some helpful status attacks. Now, something you're going to notice with this set is you're going to be getting a hit a lot more than you would be with other sets, and that's because when you're doing rapid fire, and especially when you're doing rapid fire with bonus shot, you're really stuck in place a lot of times. Okay, by the way, that wasn't a glitch right there, that was the video transitioning to a new scene. I think there was some sort of issue with that part as well. I think all that happened was Nox did a good job of knocking him out. So in any case, the change that I've noticed now from before is, I think it was Vampire Cosmonaut over on the GameFAQs, noticed that there was a bug or some sort of error in his Bowgun damage calculation fact. And what that is rather than elemental damage being fixed as he had once assumed, elemental damage will actually scale based on the amount of raw damage that your gun is doing. And so what that means is if you have the opportunity to add rapid fire to a bowgun that has the elemental that the monster is weak to, you're just going to be doing an absolutely enormous amount of damage with every shot. Now that's not to say that you necessarily have to use rapid fire. Just that rapid fire is useful when you're fighting in high rank because you need so much more ammo to kill something than otherwise. In terms of damage per second, they're probably about equal if you at least have a 5-round clip. But certainly if you have something like Frost where you can't make all the parts and you only have a 3-round clip for Freeze, you're really going to want to have... Oh, get out of the way. You're really going to want to have rapid fire just to make sure that you're going to be doing as much damage as possible with each shot. So in any case, I haven't done too much status on Uragaan. I did 1 round of poison, and I'm not sure exactly if... Okay, by the way, the reason I cut there is at that point someone had signaled over Skype that he was ready to be captured. And so literally 2 seconds after that, he was captured. Okay, but because the poison did enough damage and I was doing plenty of damage with water alone, I think my main emphasis was just to kill Uragaan versus damage. I think, you know, also, if you want to break the chin, water damage is really going to be your best bet. Not many of the other guys had water damage. I think Noxy has his dragon damage, which actually the chin is weak to. But to break the chin, it just takes that much more work. But certainly with the Agnatkor around, I have all of these para level 2 shots saved up. So we're going to get off as many paras as we can. I think we might go for 1 sleep. Forget exactly, maybe not. But we're going to be mostly going for getting him into pitfall traps when we can, and then paralyzing him in there. Hoping, of course, to... Well, that was a pretty cool dodge. Hoping to get him stuck when he's in the pitfall trap paralyzed, because when he's in the pitfall trap, he is not in armor mode, as opposed to shock traps where he can go back into armor mode there. By the way, there is nothing more sad in this world, or at least in the world of Monster Hunter, than using this setup and either 1, missing with a shot, or even worse, 2, hitting you one of your teammates with a shot. Okay, that was very lucky. I'm going to get hit. That's what happens when you get too lucky. You get hit. Okay, so this is a rather fortunate matchup. Both Agnatkor and Uragaan are really weak to water. So in terms of coming in with one of these rapid-fire elemental sets, you're pretty much all set. I'm trying to think of what the other matchups are. I know there's Golbull and Legiacrus. For that, you would do fine with fire. Rathian and Rathalos, I actually prefer to use Thunder. You get a lot of people that are really intent on trying to use Dragon shots on monsters that are more weak to Dragon than Thunder. But the main issue with that isn't so much that Dragon isn't useful, as the Dragon shot itself acts like a Pierce level 3 shot. And Rathalos and Rathian, they just aren't big enough monsters to really get your full use out of those shots. So for those guys, not only is it much easier to get Thunder shots, but they'll probably do more damage over time, only because you're going to be hitting with all 3 shots, whereas with the Dragon shot, you'd be lucky to hit with 4, and you're probably not going to. That and Dragon shots require large bone husks and Dragonfall berries, and those are kind of annoying to get and or farm for. So during some of these transitions that you're not going to see, the reason why I'm able to continually use para level 2 is through the cooperation of my teammates. I had everyone bring paralysis shrooms, which means that I'm pretty much all set when it comes to paralyzing this guy at least 3, if not 4 times. I think I've already paralyzed him twice. With any luck, I'm going to get a 4th paralysis off as well. And I had a really interesting revelation during this fight. I actually haven't fought Agnatkor all that much, but what I found that was really interesting about him is he really just doesn't do a whole lot of damage on ground. I mean, his beam is really powerful, but in terms of him hitting you with his body, he's actually just kind of like a Legiacrus. Just large sweeping attacks, but no real damage that comes along with them. Okay, I think right after that, we broke the fin, but he ended up running, so it wasn't much of an issue. And there was a small section, he ended up running to, I think, Area 7 first. We ended up just cutting that part out because he was only in that for like about a minute and a half. I think there was a really cool dodge that I did, but you'll just have to imagine how awesome it was. And again, I'm not so much focusing on doing damage at this point as I'm just focusing on letting the Blade Masters do their damage. I mean, certainly I'm going to do a lot of damage with my water shots, especially with Elemental Attack Up and Rapid Fire, but if you can just make it so that your Blade Masters can all get uninterrupted attacks off, you're going to be doing really, really well. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the, oops, make sure to reload your gun first. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this next paralysis off yet. Oh, I did. Wow. I think that's because I pre-paralyzed him in the other area. So really the most useful part about that wasn't so much the fact that he was paralyzed, it was really compounded by the fact that he was paralyzed in the ground. Okay, so here he is, ready to be captured. I believe that's what that particular thing was. So I'm loading up trank shots now. In any case, if you want to see the equipment I was using, just check my description. And until next time, good luck and have a good hunt.